Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Guys, today we are out here. Now, it has been 3 whole weeks. It could be a little bit longer than that we have been waiting on rain to fall here on the homestead, okay? And so finally, we got some rain. Now, they say it's supposed to have been a thunderstorm come through. Now, it did act like it wanted to be a thunderstorm, but guess what? Hey, I was praying. Every time I see that wind kicked up, I said, Father, hold that wind back, Father. And because we have stuff that are, getting tall and we don't want them to be blown all over the place. And so, I was out here just sitting down watching the rain and just praying, okay? But no further ado, what I want to do today here is take you all into the gardens to do a full garden update so y'all can see what is going on here on the homestead today. Now, I know it have been a long while since we show you all a lot of stuff that we have planted. So right now, let's go. Okay, and so right here in the garden, don't mind all the mess here. It's been real busy in the garden, and so simply we just don't have the time right now to come and clean out some of the stuff that are in the garden that need to be in their proper places. Okay, so right over here, as y'all can see, we have the herb garden that my wife has been wanting for a long time. And so in here we have a few things planted. Right here we have some rosemary. We also have some basil right over here. And I want to say this is calendula that she had planted. And we also have some thyme. So we have some thyme planted back there. And also this right here is lemongrass. Now right in this area here we have turmeric and also ginger. And they have not popped up as yet, but we are patient. We're waiting. We're not going to come in and dig them up and say, oh, we'll just go ahead and wait. But yes, guys, so this right here is the herb garden coming along nicely. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on over to the next. Now, this right here is the beds. Now, I have not forgotten. I am going to bring you all along to show you all how we go about amending all this stuff here in the garden, spending no money to do it. All right, so come on along over here. So right in this area here, of course, y'all can see it doesn't have anything planted here in this spot as yet. It's supposed to be for strawberries. We do still have this is a elephant garlic and some regular garlic we have planted that is not ready as yet. Okay, so there's nothing much in here. So right over here we have our carrots planted. Also we have celery, which it is about that time to come on out and harvest a few of those celery. And I'm telling you, the flavor on those celery is
intense.
Super strong, super strong. Okay, and so right here is our carrots, and that is not carrot.
That was carrot.
That's not no carrot.
Yes, it was. I don't know. The one you pulled up. Guys, that looks like carrot, right? That's carrot.
It sure do look like carrot, but why is it growing like that?
Because it's healthy. Man, that was a nice sized carrot. Well, all right.
Well, carrots. Hey, smell like carrot?
But they healthy, and we didn't thin out any. As you see, it's a forest.
Wow. Well, that one had me. But nonetheless, over in this area here is where we have our beets planted. And so far, it's not much going on in this area here. And over here is where we sowed our callaloo. And as y'all can see, we have callaloo everywhere.
Yeah.
But this is not just everywhere in here, everywhere also over there. So come on along, we're gonna continue all down with the journey. And so right in this area here as well, this is where we are pretty much building our raised bed, still filling it up. As y'all
This
can
is a
see,
raised bed, but it's a hugelkultur bed,
yeah,
right?
well, yes, this is a culture bed that we are still filling up. And as y'all can see, we have all kind of different stuff inside of here that's going to make this soil real nice and rich. And that is what we want, rich soil. All right. And so just the other day, we did came on through and harvest our red onions. And over in this area here is where we have onions planted that we started on the inside, and few of them we did bought from the store as well, just to fill in some gaps and some spots that was open. And so that's what that is right there, more onions. And remember I was telling you about the callaloo being everywhere?
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
Look at that. All that is callaloo. And they also was popping up on the inside. Now I know y'all know what this is. These right here are the Scotchy babies. And stay tuned, I have more videos coming up on the Scotchy babies, because I want to give y'all an update. Even though this is an update now, but I want to give y'all a different update on the Scotchy babies so y'all can see what is going on and what we are doing here on the homestead to grow those big Scotchy babies. All right, so as y'all can see, most of this spot right here, come on, we'll take y'all on down that side. And so right in this area here is where we have some rattlesnake pole beans planted. And so some of them I'm going to have to come on back through and replant some of them, because simply the head did not form the way how I want it. So I'm gonna come on through and thin these ones out and put some new seeds in and have them ready. All right. And so later on down, y'all stay tuned, because we will do a little bit of updates on these separately, just to let y'all know, kind of bring a little growing tip or growing guide of how we are doing these beans here, so you can grow them yourself and also have a good result, a good success with your beans. All right. Now right over here in this spot we have we have butter beans. Okay, so right in this area is butter beans, and as y'all can see, we do have some of them starting to come up out of the ground. We do actually have quite a bit of them coming out the ground, and there they go. Now of course y'all can see we have the garlics there. The garlic, some of the varieties did really well, some of the other varieties not so well.
Because this bed that these beans are in right now, right?
Yes, was garlic
bed.
that we took out. Okay, and so going back around camera lady.
Okay.
And so right in this area here is where we also have cucumber planted. All right, now one of the things what I did here with these cucumbers, now look at those bugs, I'm gonna have to come on out and take care of that. But one of the things with these cucumbers, because we have our cattle panel, our trellis pretty much sitting so high, and so what we had to do once they go ahead and start getting real long, what we did was tie a string to them, that way they don't lean down into the walkway. And so eventually they will catch, these little vines right here will catch onto the cattle panel, and it will start running up the cattle panel. And so that's what we're doing to train our cucumbers to run up the cattle panel. Now of course this right here is some of the cucumbers that right? So right here is some of the callaloo that we have planted out in this area, and as y'all can see, they are loving the rain that came today, because they are standing up tall. And right here is where we also have our asparagus. All right, now this is their first year, so we're not really looking to harvest anything from them on the first year, but definitely second or third year we're looking to harvest off of these. And of course just rows back there that I will be planted out today. And the reason why I'm going to plant these rows here today is because, remember I said almost about 3 weeks we had no rain, and the dirt was just simply, it was very crumbly, and so, and crumbly and dry, and we was not able to plant the stuff. The dirt was not able to hold around the roots the way how we want it. So we held off and we got the rain. So today we will be planting this out with callaloo. All right. And so
What you got in the back there?
in the back. Okay, well now all the way in the back we have some sorrel planted and also some motherland okra planted in the back, and those are coming up real good. But guess what? I won't be able to show them to you all, but maybe at a later date because it is wet. And guys, I don't want my wife going back there
Right.
falling.
I was gonna say because you already
Okay,
know.
so we're not going all the way back there today.
We are not today.
No, we're not. All right, so come on along. Show y'all what is going on here. Now right here is some pumpkins that we have planted in this area here, and also we have some more sorrel, and I'm telling you,
Some people might know it as hibiscus.
hibiscus, yes, hibiscus. And as y'all can see, they are taking off. But what is kind of surprising me right now, look at that. They're already starting to put on sorrel on there. Now, it could be a little too early for these. Now, I'm guessing it could also be a 3-month sorrel as well. So we'll see how fast they produce, and that will determine whether they're 3-month sorrel or we have to wait all the way till fall to get a harvest. All right, so we'll keep you guys up to date on these here. Now, right over here, I know y'all remember this spot right here. Now, I'm just gonna give y'all a real quick glimpse, but yes, this is it right here. Just a quick standoff shot because there's some stuff going on here with these peppers that I want to share with you all. Further back that way, we have some Dinosaur Kale or Lacinato Kale all the way in the back. I'm gonna let her go ahead and zoom on in back there. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
All right. And so that back there is our Dinosaur Kale.
Ready to be harvested.
Yes, I might need to pick them for you today.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let you pick them. I'm gonna pick them for you.
Well, all praises.
All right. So, all right, guys. So that is, well, you know what? We missed something.
You sure did. You missed something.
Yeah. So we're going
We'll go
over
back
here.
over, yeah.
We missed 2 things.
Absolutely,
And
we
so,
did.
come on right on over here. Now I'm gonna let her tell you all about these beans right here.
Oh, these are the double butterfly pea flowers is what these are.
All right. And so right here,
Looks like they enjoyed the rain
yes, everything enjoy the rain.
because it spruced right
and,
up.
And that's one of the things. Rain, it is better than watering with your hose, watering with your drip system. The rain is a whole lot better because simply that rain is able to penetrate the whole dirt. And you got to remember your roots, they're running out. And so your drip system is only covering a certain amount of area once it's dripping. So with the rain, it cover everything. All the roots be able to feed, get their water and their nutrients. So that's why you see everything just spurk up the way how they do. Now right over here, what we forgot to show y'all is our zucchini. So right over here, our squash, excuse me. So right here, we forgot to show y'all the squash. Now these squash, I did planted them late, so that's why they're looking the way how they are looking. But I know in the future they'll go ahead and spurt and perk up. So we'll keep you all up to date on these and what's going on with those squash. And another thing is, so because I was paying attention, and sometimes the weathermen do fool us here on the homestead. You think it's going to rain, but really don't rain. But today we got the rain and I'm thankful for it. So what I went ahead and did, I came on out because yes, it says it's going to rain. So we came on out with our fertilizer and everything that needed to be fertilized. Yes, I went ahead and put down that fertilizer simply because once that water hit that fertilizer, it's able to seep down to those roots and they're able to perk up. So I did came on through and fertilize all of our Scotch bonnet peppers, because it is about that time to fertilize them now. You all see these ones here are looking a little bit smaller. These were the ones that was not inside of a party cup, right? So they was not able to do their little thing, party on in there, okay? So they do look a little bit smaller, but over time, they will be looking
Catch up
just
to
like the
the
others.
yeah.
All right, so that is it right there for the top garden. Now let's get on down to the bottom garden and see what is going on down there. Let's go. Okay, and so I almost forgot. Now, if y'all see where I'm standing here, look at this. Now, so that is why I'm coming out here to also transplant all these callaloo suckers. And I don't have space for all of these callaloo suckers. So guess what? What I want to do, right, for my subscribers out there, because I'm telling you all, y'all have been helping this channel to grow, and if it wasn't for you all, the channel would not be growing. So what I want to do for you all today, for the first 5 people that can leave a comment down in the box below and say, I want callaloo, we will be sending you all out some callaloo suckers so y'all can put inside of your garden. Okay, now if you don't have a garden and you don't plant, don't text in there, I want callaloo, because if you're going to get them and just sit them at home and they don't do nothing, let the other people who are going to actually plant them get that chance to plant. All right, so guys,
US only.
yes, also only US, the lower 48 state, all right, that we will be shipping these seeds out. I'm sorry for our people that are worldwide. We would love to be able to send you all suckers as well, but we're going to be fitting the shipping ourselves, so we're not going to be able to.
And they're live plants.
Yes,
So
they're live plants, and by the time we go through customs
yeah.
and all that, they'll be dead and withered. All right, so let's go down to the bottom garden.
All right.
Okay, and so of course we was heading down to the bottom garden, and it dawned on me, hey, we got to stop on over here and show y'all what is going on with the watermelons since we planted them. Now, come on down, little camera lady, let them see what is going on. And so look at that. Look at all those growth since we planted them. And as y'all can see, we have some stuff going on around these watermelons. And so right over here to my right and maybe to your left, well, to my left and maybe to your right, over here we also have some more pumpkins planted over here. All right, and so these are
Just
more
pumpkin alone?
And we do have some corn, but guess what I'm going to actually do with these corns right here, I'm actually going to come on out and pull them out.
Really?
Okay, now I know y'all may be sitting down and trying to figure out, why are you going to pull out the corn? Okay, I don't have time to come on out and make sure that I bag these corn. That way the pollen doesn't fly all the way down there to my Jimmy Red corn.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually pull these corns out and
Plant them at a later date.
Plant them maybe at a later date, or so that's the reason why. So I'm just sharing it with you. Now, if you have the time, if you have corns and you different varieties and you want to let them all do their thing, you can do that, but we're not.
No cross-pollination going on.
No cross-pollination. It's a lot of work going on the homestead, and I simply don't have the time to come on out here and cover those corn or bag them that way they don't cross-pollinate. Okay, and so as y'all see, it's just pumpkins we got here, over there, and over here, if y'all remember, this is the sugar cane that we have planted. Now look at how they sprouted up so nice. Y'all can see now we have one that's kind of browning on the top. Don't know what's going on with him, but yes, y'all can see they're sprouting, and we still probably have more going to be sprouting in here. We'll show that out later on. Now the green sugar cane have not bust up as yet, and it is a little bit slower sugar cane to germinate. All right, Now let's get on down here. Let's go. Okay, and so right here, if y'all can see, we did came on through with our drip hose to water these watermelons. All right, so we did lay that down. Now, yeah.
All right now.
Y'all didn't see that. Got a little trip hazard going on in the garden. And so that right there is the rest of the watermelon and also sugar cane and more watermelon. So this drip hose in this garden here is like a snake. It is just going, as y'all can see, it's just going everywhere. All right, so that's enough talking about the watermelon. Stay tuned, we have more stuff coming up about the watermelons that I want to share with you all. So let's go now down to the bottom garden. We got something down there for y'all. Let's go. Okay, and so here we are down at the bottom garden. Now right here is our Jimmy red corn, and as y'all can see, we have a little bit of germination going on, and so that is what we want. Now some of them is still coming up out the ground. Now one of the things is, I don't know if y'all remember last year, in one of our videos that we did with the corn, we had those little beetles that was coming through and was actually eating the root of the corn, and so we still have that going on inside of here. And so what we have been doing to treat that is our neem oil and castile soap. We pretty much mix a good little dosage, and we'll come in with our water pan and pretty much water the whole thing. And so we're going to see what happened, see how it holds up to that. So that's a part of the ugly side of what's going on inside of this area here. All right, so let's go. We're gonna go ahead and show y'all the okras. Okay, and so here are the okras, and yes, they are coming up real nice. And so, don't know if y'all remember, I speak a little bit about this Bermuda weed. Now look at that. So every time I see them pop their head up and trying to sprout, I come on in and pull them out because we don't want that to get away inside of this area here. Now, if y'all can see, pretty much all of the okras sprouted. Now we're gonna come on through and thin them out, and once we thin them out, we're gonna put them in spots that some of them did not sprouted, like inside of these areas here. And so that right there is it for the okras, and hey, they're looking good. All right, so let's go right on over here. We're going to talk about the sweet potatoes and what's going on with the sweet potatoes. All right, so right over here is the sweet potatoes, right? So what we have been doing here on the homestead is, once the sweet potato get to a certain height, and they have been growing, they've been growing, and so once they grow pretty tall, right, what we're going to go ahead and do is pretty much dig a trench and peel some of the leaves off the potatoes and lay it inside of that trench. And what that should does for us here on the homestead is increase a little bit more sweet potatoes, okay? And so that's what we've been doing. All right, so as y'all can see, I did came on out and did some of them. But not all of them. So, and here we have one more that I have to come on out and do. So I'm going to dig a trench right here, and I'm going to lay this down inside of that trench, cover it back over, and that, like I said, should increase a little bit more sweet potatoes. So that's it there for the sweet potatoes. And so right over here we have tomatoes. We have our tomatoes over here, and as y'all can see, they are coming real nice. They are coming real nice. Now what I need to come on in and do because of course y'all see that they are bearing fruit now. And so because we don't want any bottom end rot, we're going to come on in with some oyster shell, come on in with calcium, okay, to stop that bottom end rot. Now, hey, they've been doing good so far, but we're going to tackle that before that problem happens. Now with the tomatoes, what we have been doing down here, any leaves that is touching the ground, we'll come on in, pluck those leaves, and just to make sure that they're not touching the ground, because we don't want any diseases to affect our tomatoes. Now these right here is our pink beefsteak tomatoes, and we also have one aroma back there that I need to come on in and tend to put a cage around him, so that way it can grow, or put a cage around her, because we want fruit, right? And so just to make sure that everything is going good with our tomatoes. All right, now right over here we have our whoopsies.
Now you know I'm not coming up in
No,
there.
I don't want you to come on in here. So right over here we have bell peppers. Now y'all remember we came on in and plant these bell peppers. So this right here is what the bell peppers are looking like. Now there is actually fruits bearing on these bell peppers. Now right now they're pretty small. That is one right there, and in here it's ton load more of flowers. Look at that. Wow, look at that down in there. Wow. So now these tomatoes, tomatoes, right? Got tomatoes on my mind. Now these bell peppers, what I'm going to probably come on in and do is most of these leaves that is here down at the bottom, I'm going to come on in and pluck those leaves, so that way simply a lot of that energy can go into the blossoms and also making fruits for these here. Now our bell peppers, we don't treat them the same way how we treat our Scotchy babies. All right, we do them a little bit different. We don't do a whole lot of pruning on these. All right, so but we do some pruning. Okay, so that is one of the steps, or one of the things I need to come on down and take care of. Now if y'all remember those Jimmy Nardellos, look at this. Now this was the last tree right here to actually start bearing fruit, but look at these ones down here. Look at that. Now I don't know if that subscriber is still watching that send us these Jimmy Nardellos. Look at that. They show up and show out. Now these was the first pepper here on the homestead to actually start bearing, and they actually started putting on blossom inside of the house. Yes, they did. These few trees right here started putting on blossoms, and right now the trees are loaded. Now, like I said, that is it right there for the Jimmy Nardello. Thanks to you, subscriber. They are looking real good. Now this right here was the row for the bell peppers that we had 3 free bell peppers. This is that row right here. Now this one right here, actually one of those free one, guess what, end up passing. One of them died.
Well, is it dead?
Well, it died. And so what I did, I took it out and I replaced it with another bell pepper.
Okay.
Okay, so of course I have to share that with you guys. We're going to keep it real here on the homestead.
Absolutely, good, bad, and ugly, right?
So that is it right here. Now later on, and actually they are starting to bear.
Yeah, it's peppers on them.
Yes, well it's one down here. I know you can't come down the row, but there's one right here on this side.
Oh, okay, hold on.
So look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is a pepper right there, and there's a couple more pepper on up top. So right over here is where we planted our Irish potatoes. Yes, the rain did blow them down, but I'm gonna tell you, with these Irish potatoes here, I did put them in the ground. If you can see, they're not directly in the row. I planted these here at night.
Yeah.
I came down here and I planted them. It was getting late. I came out and I was still planting. So some of them is a bit kind of off. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm not going to really tend to them too much. I'm just going to leave them, let them go ahead and do what they do. Then we're going to come back on in once they're ready to be harvested and harvest them. But what I went ahead and did, because I didn't have them directly in the row, I came on in and I planted some more bell peppers down inside of these rows here. So yes, and I'm guessing, oh wow, look at that. Do you see that?
What? I can't see it.
You see how the dirt is bulging, right?
Yes.
Look, this is actually a potato right here.
Oh,
look
you need
at
to
that.
cover that up.
Yeah, I need to cover that up. Oh wow. Well, it would look like we might have food under there, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, we learned a lesson to just plant potatoes in the daytime.
Yeah.
Because when he said it was night, I mean, he pulled out the floodlight. We were down here with a floodlight.
You know, guys, you know, when it's time to put stuff in the ground, it's time to put stuff in the ground. And so, but next time we're just going to rest up, wait, and come on out and plant them the right way.
Yep.
That way we don't have this problem in the future. All right. Now, right over here is some banana peppers. And of course, they are bearing. They have fruit on them. This right here is some more bell peppers that I have planted in this spot. And so that is pretty much it for right here in this area, what we got going on. But now, come on over here. Look at this. And I'm telling you, a day ago, they were big.
They weren't this big.
They were big. But with this rain that came through, they're even a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Now this right here is Georgia collard.
Yeah.
Okay, and as y'all can see, it's time for harvesting.
It's past time. They're
it is time
touching
to
each
harvest.
other, guys.
These things, they are, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they are huge. They are super huge.
I guess we can harvest today before it looks like storm is coming in again, but
Well, yeah,
we'll harvest
need to
today.
harvest them, and so we can lighten up
yeah.
the plant. Okay.
And fill up the freezer.
Yeah, that's right. Right here in this spot, we are standing where we have our Brussels sprout planted. Okay, now this right here is all Brussels sprout, and I'm telling you, they are big. They are big. Okay, and so hey, we're thankful for that. Now remember, and excuse for the wind. Wind came from out of nowhere. Now, that wind like that, I don't like. Because what happened with this rain that just came through, end up blowing the stuff over. But hey, we'll just have to come on out and pick up the pieces, right?
If that even happens.
Yeah, we're praying that that don't happen.
Right.
And so, this is our Brussels sprout. Now, stay tuned. We have another, just stay tuned. We got something coming, showing you all how we go about taking care of some stuff that was messing with our Brussels sprouts down here. So stay tuned, all right? Now, right on over here, we have our cabbages.
Hey.
Now, look at these cabbages. They are something big.
Lean down again, let me see. My.
Cabbages, yes. Now, they actually start folding. Now, that is good. That's what we want, them to start folding. But the variety of these cabbage here, now I know we did a video long time ago, and I'm actually stepping on a leaf because it's in the row, in the walk space. People was asking us, what kind of cabbage was that y'all planted? Now, the kind of cabbage that we plant at that time, because over the period of time we do plant different cabbages, but this particular cabbage and the cabbage that was back then is the flat Dutch cabbage, okay? And so that is what we have right here in this row. Now,
and the rows are wide. Like, I can't see the row itself, but the row under the cabbage, these rows are actually wide.
Yeah. Yes. And so, as y'all can see, they are pretty big. Now, we do have a little bit of burning here on these leaves. I'm telling you, it has been very hot.
Yeah.
here in Georgia. It's been really hot, okay? So that probably come from moisture on the leaves and the sun hitting it, causing them to burn on the ends like that. We do have a few more that happens to here in the garden. And so over here we have our broccoli. Right here we have broccoli. And I want to say,
Down toward the
I'll
end
tell you
of it.
what, don't get me wrong, right? Because I came out here and I was just planting, right? I was just planting. Now this right here do look like it's either cauliflower or broccoli.
Oh.
I know that over there is a Romanesco broccoli.
Okay, so this is cauliflower maybe.
So these are probably cauliflower. Yes, these are cauliflower. Just by looking at the leaves and stuff.
We just gonna
that's a
say these are our brassicas.
But nonetheless, we have food here,
Yes.
right? And so they are pretty big. And I mean, that's always what you want in the garden. Now remember, it's chicken manure planting, growing these right here.
Yep.
And we did came in later on down, probably about a month and about a week or so later, and we did came on in with some more chicken manure, and so that is what's growing these here. Now right over here is, like I said, the Romanesco broccoli.
Ooh.
Look at that.
And that's just one
This
plant
is
that you have right there.
huge. Now what I'm going to do, we're actually going to come on in and harvest the bottom leaves, because the bottom leaves, they are, and so if we harvest these bottom leaves, a lot of that energy can go into making that crown, and so we can have some food from that. So that's what we're going to actually come on in and do, is harvesting out the bottom leaves.
And people, you got to realize, some people don't eat the leaves. I cook the leaves. This is another form of nutrition. This is a form of greenery for us.
That's right.
So not only do we wait, for the head and the crown in the middle to form, but we also consume the outside in the process.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that same energy that's being pushed through those roots to form that crown is going through the leaves as well.
Yeah.
The leaves are edible, people. Stop throwing them away.
Yes, that's well said. That is well said. If you're growing brassicas, cabbages, you may harvest your cabbage and you get your head. Go ahead and work those leaves as well. Cook them, chop them up, cook them like you would cook collards or something like that. But they're also edible. Don't throw food away, okay? Especially in the time like we're in today. Don't throw food away, all right? But nonetheless, that right there is it for the garden update. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, stay tuned. We have a lot more coming inside of the garden. This is not just it. We have more coming. So I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you guys out there. You like the content y'all got, throw that thumbs up, like, subscribe, and also share this video. I want to motivate y'all. I want y'all to get on out there and start growing your own food, okay? I don't care how much land you have. I don't care how your balcony look. Get out there, get some pots, grow your own food, okay? If you don't have food, you don't have life. You have to have food to survive, all right? Have a blessed day.